कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. Yes, welcome to Cyrus Says Cock and Bull, pura naam. It's not Cyrus Says, it's not Cock and Bull, it's Cyrus Says Cock and Bull. It's all together, presented by Volvo Car India with pet care partners, heads up for tails. Wow, that's great. What happened to recharge? I felt recharge was missing from our commitment. I think young Sparsh, our producer, has lost interest. I'm getting calls right now from Mr. Malhotra himself saying, Roja, ye pagal hai kya? I've given you 5 lines, read the 5 lines, payment is pending. We're just kidding. We have beautiful guests here today, Kajol and Navin. I say beautiful. It's fine. Is that wrong? Is that wrong?
True.
It's generic.
It is true.
I think you would have better adjectives for both of us if you knew us better.
No, but I have many adjectives.
Give nothing.
Give.
Beautiful is very generic.
I'm not feeling nasty. I have to feel. I can't do wrong impulse things. If I feel nasty, I do nasty. If I'm not, unfortunately, sometimes I do the wrong impulse to the wrong person. That's different. But impulse has to be right.
Yeah.
Speaking of impulse, I was just thinking about this because a few days back we took this photograph of people we haven't met after a long time. So you know how you do it. They take these mid shots or these longest shots, and I don't know why you pull out. You don't have close ups when it's a group, right? So they pull out and take that shot. And you notice that most of us, middle-aged guys and girls and whatever, they all want to put the stomach in. So, but when you push the stomach in for that 1 second ka photo, your face becomes like constipated.
Yeah.
So it's a trade-off. Do I go for the or do I go for the, let it all hang out? But my face looks, okay for my age.
Yeah.
And I looked at the photos and I said, it's horrible.
It's all blowfish after blowfish.
Yeah. What's wrong? Why do we do that?
My favorite is the side angle, which women have mastered now, where they all go like, no. So because I was recently in Delhi, a bunch of bitch ass.
And just to put out, it's not just a Delhi phenomenon. Huh?
No, it is a pretty Delhi phenomenon.
Yeah.
I was there with
the
my
side move. Are you mad?
No. Wait. The side move is pretty all over the world.
Generic,
but how I got to noticing the side move is how So I'm there eating breakfast in Khan Market, and 4 women have come to the place, okay, and they're like, "Bhaiya, aapne bola nahi, khana hai nahi," and in the same
It's a homosexual nightmare. I would have loved this story. I'm in Khan Market, 4 aurat. He's like, no,
it was great till there were 4 aurat, and then the complaining, bitching started. Isme namak kam hai, isme spinach zyada hai, whatever. And then they dropped a glass of water, some coffee was spilled, everything happened. Poor staff had to take care of them. And then once I went, I was waiting downstairs for my Uber, and they also came. And without any kind of idea that I was sitting next to them and annoyed by them, they're like, "Can you take a photo of us?" And I wanted to do this thing where I constantly take my own photo and give it to them.
Yeah.
But then they were very pissy about shaking off.
You mentioned that's a horrible moment which small celebrities get all the time. Let me tell you from my own experience.
Yeah.
Where you think they've come to take the photo with you, and then they ask you to take a photo of their group.
Oh God, no, that's happened to you?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not happened.
It's happened.
Okay.
But I do it with aplomb. I just happily do it, because I'm really bad at taking photographs. So my revenge is your chin is going to be in the shot.
No, but they definitely recognize you, Cyrus. So they're doing it on purpose.
When they actually don't recognize you and there's nobody around and they just ask the passerby to take the photo. It's happened. It's not like it not happened. Yeah. It's fun, bro. It's fun.
I like going for selfies only. I don't like these long shots.
Huge difference, no?
There's a massive difference, yeah.
Never thought of all this before. Just take the photograph and get out of there. Suddenly you're thinking about all these things.
No. The selfies are important. Once Anu Menon and I were having lunch, and we did.
Who's prettier?
She's
Let the
lots
viewer
prettier.
decide.
Oh gosh, she's Anu Menon is
nice,
stunning.
Nice. I like the technique. You go straight for that so that you're safe. And now people say, no, you're prettier.
No.
Suddenly the chat is filled up with people.
Anyone who's met Anu Menon in person,
She's been on TV for 20
stunning.
years. So it's great. She has to maintain.
As the straight member, the minority here, both are very pretty. And I think this is a very subjective question. You should never ask women who's
You only asked first. I like how I didn't ask this question. It was you who took the onus, and then you went and we should not judge and all.
Alternative title is He's a Truth. The sponsors aren't happy with bad words and also that's why we know. Ask Spurs, he loves that title. And of course, you won't have to put it up, right? Because even an idiot like me will remember that title.
Yeah. Resonates with that very much, yeah.
So Anu Menon and I were having lunch and we decided to take a selfie. So this guy at the next table, I think he recognized her. So he said, "Can I take a picture for yours?"
This is also Delhi?
No, Bombay, yeah. Salt and Water Cafe. So
Give a plug
Salt
to them.
water only,
Have they
huh?
paid? Have they? They've all never given me a discount. Never. Or Naveen.
Why?
I don't know.
It's a good place, fancy
I
place.
always try to make eye contact with people to get discounts in restaurants and all. I feel really bad when they were really friendly or they recognize you and still don't give the discount.
Yeah.
It's so unfair, yaar. Really.
So he took a lot of pictures of us and we posed and they were terrible. Okay. You should never ask guys to take long shots of you. So we were both looking at it and Anu was like, Jilly.
Yeah, that sounds like a.
Oh man, the other day, like, we were standing under Habitat, Nivedita and I. And we were just like standing there waiting for a rickshaw because it was raining. And we shows up.
Is this on Carter Road?
Habitat is at car station.
Oh, okay. Because the Carter Road is very dangerous for her, from what I gather.
For Nivedita, no?
Yeah, all
Don't
sex
say.
massage,
Don't say.
It happens.
Don't say. No,
She can't go to
We're
Carter
not
Road.
having one more episode
People,
of sex
people
massage.
recognize
sex
her from the
massage.
This is my
podcast and
story.
shout, Niv, sex massage, immediately, like old friends.
But she's such a nice person. She wouldn't care about it. I think.
Oh, she's
that's
great.
That's not.
She's
But
fantastic.
wait, Nivedita and I are standing downstairs waiting for a rickshaw or whatever. And Veerdas shows up and he's like, "Hey, what's
Who
up?"
shows up?
Veerdas.
God, you said it like it's Elvis. It's two different names. It's Veer and then there's
Problem
a
is- problem is
Das.
no, that's what-
Mac and you going berserk
I
now,
worked
isn't
with
it?
him, right? So it's always been weird ass. Like we don't call him Veerdas. It's always
He likes
weird
to be
ass.
called weird ass.
That's his company name. So over time it's
But
become
when
like
he's in a bad mood also, you say that? Like, when he's screaming, you bastard, where's the text? Whatever, and you think, weird ass.
he's never lost his shit. He's very like reserved. He's much better as a comic.
He's criticizing me,
He's
I
got
think.
panache. But
He's criticizing my personality. Do you
I didn't say anything. I didn't say better
That's
than
worse
whom.
than the close-up
I didn't
of the
say
photo,
better
yeah.
than whom. I just said he's a much better comic for myself also.
Better, I don't mind. But you're saying personality-wise, he's nice. So that's mean.
Yeah, he's all round. All round, he's a great guy. And that came
How
from-
do we change it to He's a Truth? The new title. Huh? Can we change it?
Now it's too late.
Too late.
Too
Yeah.
late. It's your franchise. We are just sticks on your bum.
No, I'll tell you, it's got a ringing tone to it. I can see it growing across the country.
HAC.
Who will deny it?
Yeah.
Any family will say, find a couple of worthy members and say, "Aapka program chalu karo." Tayak.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
sorry.
so we came running like with the jacket like this was raining.
Say his name together again. I love it.
Veerdas.
Yeah.
Same with like we had a neighbor called Ram and his surname was Das.
Watch it.
I would call him Ram
Watch
Das.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you?
No. This is a very dangerous country. So I had to go for Ram straight away. Couldn't you just go for Raju? or something?
Ram Das is a
Yes.
poet.
Well done. You
Okay.
saved the ball. Huh? Next.
But no, so Veer came and some random guy came and put his hand on his shoulder.
Huh? Just like that?
Just like grabs Veer like this by the neck and it's like, don't I know you from somewhere?
That's
and
also happened.
Nivedita and I who are just standing over there, like he's probably from his posse who's around him and he
Yeah.
just stands like, probably doing a shtick or something. It's an improv thing that they do or whatever. We're like, excuse me, I'm talking to my friends and back the fuck off, he said. And that guy had to like be told twice to go away. And I was like, we both were like, we thought you knew him. The familiarity with which he came and
That just
hung
sounds
himself
awful,
around your
yeah.
neck.
That sounds awful.
That sounds that's
it's
awful.
a horrible position to be in when they tell you, where do I know you from? But how do you handle that? Your
No,
arrogance
obviously he
wants
knows
to
him.
come through.
Yeah.
You want to also say who you are.
Yeah.
But you don't want to also because that's your ego is taking a beating
Because
on
that
that
quizzical,
one.
don't I know you
Yeah,
from
yeah,
somewhere?
yeah,
Like fucking
yeah.
slap
So
your
I'll tell
face.
you, my friend Zubin Barucha, who runs basically Rajasthan Royals, technical director, and he used to play for Mumbai, almost played for India. So he with Rahul Dravid was the coach for a little while. And they were in Cuff Parade, one of these upmarket buildings in Cuff Parade. And they were in the lift. And this guy walks in, let's say a banker type, rich guy in his 30s and all. Exactly the same, what Naveen said. He stops, looks at, does a double take, the bad double take that
Yeah,
you do,
yeah.
Huh? He does a double take, looks at him and says, I know you. So Rahul, of course, doesn't, he's used to it. Rahul Dravid. Everybody
Yeah,
knows Rahul
yeah,
Dravid.
yeah, yeah.
So very sweetly and meekly, he nods and all that. Weren't you in campaign school?
Yeah.
Zubin, who really laughs loudly, he went berserk. He told us all the story.
Yeah.
In Dravid had to start laughing. He was like,
That's true.
He just had a recall. It's some guy he grew up with. That's it.
Yeah, it's a similar feeling when like I get recognized out in different city, but not for my comedy, but for Cyrus Says.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
Ouch.
people know me from somewhere at least is what I'm saying.
That's hitting below the belt.
It
yeah,
is, totally.
Who's
No,
Totally.
you didn't finish. So what happened then? He just asked the guy to move off? Or
Yeah, then we all like for 5 seconds we were all like shaken up
the guy was
because
drunk. Why was he so
he
familiar?
was just some rando on the street who walked off the station road, came to Veer, spoke to him.
You don't
like
put your
he-
hand around a guy.
You never do that.
Has
In
anyone come up to you and actually touched
Oh,
you?
lots. I've got kissed in my lips in Lucknow.
Yeah,
What?
I've been
Okay,
crotch
tell
grabbed
me about this, Cyrus.
at a comedy
And
show.
worse, Daler is singing at the same time.
No, tell.
My last words before falling unconscious is tunak.
Story.
Nothing. So we are anchoring. So in between, we just rev the crowd up and all that. And let me tell you, I must say, I don't want to call Lucknow a small city by any standards, but when you go outside Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, etc., sometimes you get a lot of bhav and love. It's almost like they haven't seen anyone for 16 years. So I mean, honestly, they treat you like Salman. So everybody's screaming and shouting, having a great time. So then you start, having a great time. So your performance is better. You chat more, and it's all going good. As comedians, you know that. Once they give, you hit the big wicket after that, and you can just, everything goes well. So then this guy comes on stage, and the 2-3 bodyguards who are standing there try to stop him, and I, of course, magnanimous egalitarian. I'm not Veer Das. You put your hand on my thing, I put my hand on your thing. So I just, I said, Anido, kya baat hai? No problem. Small, skinny fellow walking up and all that. And he comes, I loves you. And I thought, hug, just take a hug, because it's all, my legend is growing. What do I care? People are screaming and all that. He didn't let the bodyguard stop them and all. They're all looking good. And then smoke right on the lips.
Oh my God, how do you deal with it?
I was stunned. I really, of all the plans, if he stabbed me, Salman Rushdie moment, okay. You can, because in the back of your head, 1%, you always think when a guy rushes on stage, you might be attacked. But who's going to kiss you?
Yeah. In that much time, you can get more stabs in than a kiss.
Crowd screamed. So much for anti-gay India and all. The crowd was like, are really having, let's have more of that.
Yeah.
Daler baju, Daler side mein ja. Brocha, one more.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, but I didn't react badly in the sense that I was just stunned. And he didn't. He walked off stage very happy. I don't think he was gay also. Navin, is this true?
No, he was
guys,
not.
they're not even gay. But they're just affectionate.
It was just an admiration. Like the same way we kiss God's feet and all.
Exactly.
Like we had this English teacher who would have to tell us, whenever you go and do this and see your mom's doing this thing where they kiss the glass of the idol or the feet of the idol, don't do that. Just use your hand and just take a normal kiss.
Yeah.
Because literally,
can you raise? And please don't shoot me for saying this. Can you raise the idol's feet to your mouth if you have a back problem?
If the idol moves, then you're now opening a shrine of
and
your
if
own.
it's a 7-foot idol, it might be a problem. I can understand.
Then you're checking other things also.
Okay, stop. No. We Ramdas, we escape. We won't escape every time.
You know what they say about 7 feet?
No, stop it.
It's
Go back
more
to
than
Vidas.
6 feet.
Stop it.
Shavik Bagchi says, we want I loves you on a t-shirt.
And we
Please
did
tell
this.
Amit.
Yeah.
But I loves you is very north here.
But I loves it.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's acceptable word.
Yeah, even when I'm on dating apps in the north, it's always like, what do you likes? I'm like,
Delhi,
I like
Delhi 90s?
Chand Sitare.
Delhi 90 House You.
Yeah.
House You was big.
House you. Even
House
now.
you- I
Even
don't
now.
know.
You
I
kind
don't
of
know now they
sounds.
still use
It's
it.
supposed to be cool. How's
Yeah.
you?
Once you're there for 3-4 days, it's normal in your head.
Yeah.
The first 2 times it's like, House You?
Yeah.
And then after that, you start saying House You. So when you come back to
And
Bombay,
the
it's
level
like,
of casualness with which guys who are flirting with you will call you buddy. It's
buddy.
Even for
Yeah,
girls,
buddy.
they like, ha buddy, what's
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not your buddy, I think
Buddy
next thing he'll
doesn't
call me
sound
soft.
very
Thank
sexy.
God, Kajol, I don't date women anymore. Otherwise, because I keep saying bro to men and women.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're trying to
that-
put our girl in the middle, you say, bro, you're looking good. I mean, sometimes it's really cute and affectionate. Sometimes a woman's like, what? I'm like, this
it's
hot
interesting.
woman.
It's
Yeah.
interesting that you bring this up because the Rajya Sabha, okay.
Where did you go with this? What the?
I got
Flirting with a
segue.
woman in the 50s and bro.
How's you, Rajya Sabha?
I get that. Upper house you.
Yeah.
So the Rajya Sabha is going to ban the thing no sir. They want a gender neutral response instead of no sir.
Oh, I hate the word sir because it's just unnecessarily, in giving some sense of entitlement to someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but okay, I live in Kandivali,
Why do you have to bring it back
Because
to
I
Kandivali?
just have
The
to.
pain is always the angst is Kandivali.
Kandivali is a nice place, though. It's a nice sweet spot between Borivali and Malad.
Now I'm feeling bad for her already. Yeah.
No. So the thing is, whenever even I order a pizza, they always talk to me as yes sir. And I'm like, how deep
What?
is my voice? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very
Your voice
dumb
is
thing.
your voice is very feminine.
I
That
know.
doesn't make sense. The guy's an idiot. I mean, let's just face it.
So I start pitching my voice even higher. But
Oh,
it-
that's
It's
funny.
conditioning, right?
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
if you watch Delhi Crime, Shefali Shah is being called Madam Sir throughout the entire
No,
show.
but that is also there in the police
That's
force.
what she's a madam, but also with respect. So,
lot
sir.
of police guys call the up to now it may change, but in the 20 years back they were always called sir only.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Even Kiran Bedi was called Madam Sir only, but back in the day.
Yeah, Madam sir, I'm saying no, I'm just bilkul, just sir. That's
Yeah.
it.
my
was
mom used to hate
sir.
being called madam. She's like, I just feel like I have to say, ladkiya dhanda shuru karo. Because madam doesn't have a good
That's
connotation.
madam. That's
What
more
about
like-
a madame in
Yeah.
French?
Yeah.
What about ma'am G?
Or in the Holland way, Madame. That's how they say it.
What about Maji? As you get older, they start saying Maji and all to you. Then what? To elderly ladies.
Auntie G.
I'm not your mother, you bastard.
It's Auntie and G also.
Once we had gone to eat at the Hare Krishna mission or something. You know,
Just to
that's-
save money. I know.
No, they have a damn good
They have
lunch.
good food, yeah. These Sattvic people.
You be
love-
careful.
My mom was in a Hare Krishna
Once
hospital
keep
only.
an eye out. Every time it's a controversial issue, just be careful what Navin's going to say.
That's what brings the years to the
We're
show.
talking about the good food. It
Yes.
has got so much
Also-
ghee in
Also
it.
brings the law to the court. Sorry, Kajol.
You would know a lot about it.
So we are waiting to eat our free lunch, and
After all that,
food is really good. Also, it was free.
Hare Krishna, but free.
and one of the disciples came out and bowed to my mother and said, "Maji, aap andar aayenge." And my mother said, "I'm not going." He called me Maji.
Yeah.
But they what? But
This
if-
Maji ain't eating no Baji.
But they didn't. They didn't mean bad.
No,
what are
they
you gonna
don't.
do?
But
It's like even the Vidas issue. The guy, you gotta, I mean, it's not right what he did, but you got to see whether he, he just doesn't know better sometimes.
But as a child, I always thought it was in chair horrible minister because the N had an apostrophe.
Oh.
So because we had DD screens and like a small black and white
Honorable.
TV, it always looked like horrible horrible minister in chair.
So what you saw was correct initially, and now you corrected it in a bad way.
and course correcting was very difficult after that. I'm like, now I know the reality.
Very bad. Very bad.
You know?
Yeah.
okay, guys, since I'm the host,
You're the host.
I'm the host.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Now we find out. It's a
And this
mystery
is
every
the-
episode we start.
No, Naveen, this is the place where we correct all the injustices and prejudices of society.
Yeah.
Here, female empowerment really happens. Rahul Gandhi, if you're listening, this is
Yeah.
where it really happens.
Yeah.
So Kajol, what is your preferred?
Because
it's like ma'am, madam.
I just like being
Maji-
called by my
Maji
name.
bhi
hai. Not
I like being
It's
called by
there.
my name.
Okay, cool.
Kajol.
But if you don't know your name, okay, see, name is great, but they don't know your name. So this is like a deal between people, vendor, customer thingy, and they don't know your name.
Then I like to say, I like people to come and say hi. I don't want a title.
See, that's the problem. You can't be too familiar with women. Like how you can say boss or chief with guys. We can get away with tiger also. I've said things like Monty to people.
I think so. In the gay way, it's like sweetie. That works. It
You can
works all
say
the time.
that.
Yeah,
but
you
if I
can.
say that to a girl, I might get a slap. I
No,
probably
you
will.
won't. You're Parsi. You'll
Like
get away with sweet.
yeah, you can use the Parsi.
If an 18-year-old girl,
You can use a decree everywhere.
Stop saying all wrong advice. Idiots are going to go and do that, and they're going to be put
Yeah,
in
do
jail
it.
for
Do it and
nothing.
tell us how it goes.
Some old uncle is, but on Cyrus says that Naveen said he just says sweetie. So I called you sweetie.
Cyrus,
But-
you know
but the
what?
way is-
Since I'm the
calling
host,
with the way, yeah.
one second. Since I'm the host, I'm just going to put an end to Cyrus's ages discussion. Okay, I just want to ask the users: do you know what you call an 80-year-old Parsi? Do you know what you call an 80-year-old Parsi?
This is set up for a gag or is it
No,
Google
I'm just
information?
asking. Do you know
It's
what
Google
it-
information?
Can I throw a joke in there?
Yeah, no.
No, this is a joke. So
It
you're
is a joke.
undermining a joke. This is
Okay.
not women's empowerment.
Okay.
This is not women's empowerment.
What do you call an 80-year-old Parsi?
A vulture feed.
Oh dear God, no! You've gone the other way.
Viraf?
I said I had a joke. I didn't say it was a funny one.
You call them middle-aged. Okay, I'm just saying that
Oh, nice,
Cyrus.
nice.
Yes. You are
I
in
like
your
her joke.
I know.
Praiseworthy.
Parish is dying right now. It's mine.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
Yes. So Cyrus, yeah, enough about your age. I mean, you look hot. You
flirty.
Yeah, as we've seen from the photo recently,
the photo on Instagram. Oh
the
my God.
famous,
I had to
The hand
fan
between- the hand
myself.
between the-
Bip
the hand
slip bill is
between
what
the-
we're going to call it.
Yeah. Well, you don't have much to show. You have to cover it.
The hand that feeds the
Well, it
country.
feeds nothing. Or it's not fed either.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Yeah.
Right. Since I'm the host today.
How you made me feel bad about my life.
I did not make you feel
Naveen,
bad.
in 2
I was
minutes,
praising it. It was
you
like such
ripped
a nice
me
moment.
From a happy, she
You
made
were
me
not-
happy and then you ripped me apart.
I was very happy with that fact. my father was like, who do you work with? I'm like, this guy.
He's the boss.
Yeah. Like, have you seen David?
India's a safe country. See, this guy's show.
Yeah.
All right. Since I'm the host, today we are celebrating World Tourism Day. Today is World
We missed
Tourism
Daughter's Day yesterday or day before. World
But
Daughter's
we're
Day.
celebrating World Tourism
Sorry,
Day.
I shouldn't hijack your line. That's so wrong. That's why Amit said let's do 3 because we talk at the same time and hijack each other's lines.
See, it doesn't matter whether you do 4 or 3
Exactly.
because if Cyrus needs someone, he'll turn to Sparsh and talk.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really
I have
matter.
to check if the 22-year-old is paying attention. He's already on his computer talking to his friends and all that. Hi, how are you? How's you? Delhi mein kya haal chal hai? All that's happening on the side. Yeah.
Okay, World Tourism Day. So Cyrus, now you've traveled a lot. Naveen, how many countries have you been to?
Outside India, too. Not so much.
Outside India
Yeah,
too means
you're
you count India as a country that you traveled
I mean-
to. How desperate are you? Like
I live-
3 countries, including India. What the hell?
I never said
Nobody in the
that.
history of this
That's
answer
what I
has
said.
included the country they live in. That's not the country.
That
It's
was a
beyond that
bit
country.
weird.
Being close to Nepal does it count? You know what I'm saying?
Nepal is a
I've
nice
been to
country.
Nepal. I'm counting Nepal.
Nepal's
Nepal's a
great.
gorgeous country.
I've been to Nepal
Of
3
course,
times,
same
yeah.
here. I've been on a trek to.
Only Indians will say 3 times. So you don't have to say 3 times. Why do you have to say 3 times?
Yeah.
You've been, yeah.
It's like how they say salam sabji.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nepal is cool. I went to Australia and Dubai. That's the 3 countries.
Nepal, Australia, Dubai. 3.
Yeah.
That's 3 proper countries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair enough.
All right. So since you all have traveled a bit, I'm going to be asking 3 questions.
Why
to
you
all.
haven't traveled?
I've traveled a lot,
I
but
mean,
I'm the one asking the questions.
Every time you leave Kandivali, you're traveling.
It's true.
Kali, not a country. All right.
Thakur
Well, it
village.
should be.
Thakur village is just like the funniest thing
By
ever.
the way, Naveen.
Because it's a village and it's a Thakur. You know,
By the
like
way,
it's
Naveen,
all kinds of
there's Thakur
Bollywood.
complex also.
One sec,
That's
Kajol, one sec, because
that's
there's also reverse elitism here. Because people don't know outside Mumbai, probably don't know, but Kandivali is also a rich place.
It's a very,
Very rich
not
place.
Kandivali. Thakur village is a rich
Thakur
place.
village is a
Yeah,
rich
you know what I
place.
mean. It's not like she's going to live on the outskirts of Kandivali where the 8
No,
laborers are
The
working.
Kandivali, there's lots of Kandivali, but there's Thakur village, which is one street in
And where are
Kandivali. I'm in Thakur village.
So you're rich.
Yeah.
I'm not rich,
You're
but
scum, Kajol. You come here and pretend to be leftist. I hate your tribe.
excuse me, where did leftists come in?
Okay.
So I'm just saying that I'm not rich, but my building has a swimming pool.
Now I
My
know
building
where-
is a swimming pool.
Now I know
Because of the
where,
repair work
where
that's
the
going on.
leftists come in, I know it's a pool.
Scary.
All right, question number 1. In which country is it legally possible to marry a dead man?
You ask my wife, it'll be here.
I can give you all hints when you'll want it, but
Wait, we'll let Naveen try. Now he's the educated
Is it
one.
Sweden? They're obsessed with dead people.
why are they
Japan,
obsessed with dead people? Sweden.
Because they want to even
No, the
yeah,
suicide rate
euthanasia
in
machine and all
Scandinavia
that.
and Japan is the most. And
Yeah.
the mortality rate is such that they're the only places where population decrease is very sharp.
Okay.
So that may be his point. As his lawyer, I'm just saying. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What about you, Cyrus? What do you think?
So
Give us a
Bakshi
guess.
saying,
Okay.
Okay,
197
Europe.
countries.
It's a
Guys,
European country.
Shovik Bakshi saying Kabristan.
Country,
It's too funny.
European country. You're allowed to buy a dead man.
Country known for food?
Italy.
No.
That's the first country you'll think of in Europe for food. Second will be
I think
France.
every country has food, no? I mean,
Italy and
how
France.
would they
French and
survive
Italian.
France.
Decide.
France.
Well done,
France.
Brocha.
No.
2.3. Well, Naveen is talking rubbish. Kabristan, Pabristan, happy with his bad
Oh,
stand-up.
someone got it? There are a lot of people who got the answer.
Obviously, a lot of people got the answer because they can Google it while
Yeah.
I'm here with my hands
Yeah.
like this.
Because in France, you can't tell if people are alive or dead because based on how much they smoke. It's just like they all are looking gaunt all the time.
Kunal and I do this Shashi Tharoor takeoff where he dresses up like him and we ask people to, answer the word, explain the word. What you don't do in rehearsal is nobody Googles. But in the actual place, everybody takes their phone out. And in 3 seconds, yes, it's a really fat person. Yeah, 30 people have the answer.
So the word you're looking for was Kunal only.
Kunal only. It's another country. Yeah.
So, for people listening in, you can legally marry a dead man in France. They introduced this law because a lot of women were engaged to soldiers who died.
Ooh.
And they once had an incident where an entire dam collapsed and 400 people died.
Right.
So, a lot of people wanted to marry them posthumously.
But why?
So
Just
then they can have
promotions.
all the rights in order, right? Then they can have sex
The
also with the
rights.
body.
No, you can't have sex with the body.
I get
Then
it.
what's the point?
If that's your thing, that's
Fucking
your thing.
French people.
But please get an MOU from the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be implicated in that. Yeah.
You can't have sex with the body. Okay, I don't care what
In this
Naveen
case,
says.
MOU stands
One
for
sec,
Memorandum of
one sec.
Undertaker.
Let's not get on a high moral horse here. If, for example, I was to die and
Is the
Naveen
horse
wanted
high
to
or the
have
moral high?
sex with me, I would I need for lieu of some payment and a contract would be there. On my death, he's allowed to do this. As long as there's an MOU, I'm saying. It's two consenting adults, one being dead.
Yeah.
It's always the best way to have a relationship, right?
Yeah.
This has
Like,
taken a weird
You're
turn.
lying dead
It's
in
not a
bed
weird
anyways. Might as well just be
Yeah, exactly.
felt up one last time, probably.
What the hell? Are you trying to make people happy with the situation from where you are?
I don't know.
okay.
It's a very dark space because I just finished the Jeffrey Dahmer show on Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's
Please
still
don't say your hero.
No. Of course not. In fact, like there are a lot of tweets on the internet which are like obviously saying
Okay, wait. What is this comment? How do you say "Mera mar to off ho gaya" in French?
But Marad, by the way, Marad is a French name. If you take Marad as a French name,
yeah,
you're almost there.
Marat Janjira.
But Gujarati and French is very similar. So you can say Mera Mard Mari Gayo, which sounds French.
In French, it will be how do you say married?
Oh God, the accents on you on the show are terrible.
Are we going to do this for the rest of the show? Are we just going
No, we're not going to. We're not going to. We're going to go to question number 2. Question number 2.
I'm waiting for him to finish his stupid.
I do the Jack Clouseau only, I realize.
It's not even Jacques Clouseau.
It is.
It's more
Okay. Let's come out from France. Okay, next question is: in which city would you go to jail for 3 years if you logged on to someone else's Wi-Fi?
Hey, really?
Really?
This has got to be
You ask
India.
very difficult questions, Kajol. I
Is
don't
it
come
India?
in the morning here to be
Is it
quizzed
India?
like.
Maybe let's get the hints, then we can have a fight. Yeah.
It's in the eastern part of the world.
Hey, put this Aditya.
Eastern part of the world. So you're saying China, Japan.
You can't
Korea.
name all the
No, I'm looking
countries.
at
I just
countries.
want to take
You want
a...
a city, so it's tough anyway,
No,
right?
it's not a city. Let's take it as a country.
So if it's Tokyo, I mean, for
No,
example,
it's a
Japan.
country. It's a country.
Is it
It's a
North
Only Japan.
Korea?
No, I would go with China or North Korea. North Korea doesn't have Wi-Fi. He's not allowed it. He's not allowed it. You guys don't follow North Korea.
Yeah, he's...
How do we follow North
They
Korea?
clap their hands and look at his poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they cry when he dies.
No, they're not allowed to cry. They are told when to cry.
Yeah, that's what
Emotions are controlled.
Emotions are controlled.
And that's
yeah.
an evolved society. I hope we can do this with the people who are listening to the show. Now laugh! Now stop! Okay, well, a hint. One more hint. Korea?
Okay.
No, not Korea. Harder country.
It's a country where you've got to be very well behaved.
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah. Manners.
China, no.
China, no behavior.
Well behaved. In the East.
You'll find a lot of Indians there.
Singapore.
Everywhere. The bloody Indians are
Singapore, you go. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Singapore.
Well done, well done,
Singapore.
well done.
Yeah, in Singapore, if you log on to someone's
I'm
Wi-Fi,
very competitive.
you can go to jail for 3
Don't
years.
ever do this again.
In Singapore,
Wait, before that, I have a huge message I want to share with everyone. It says, welcome to Cyrus Says Cock and Bull, presented by Volvo Car India with pet care partner Heads Up for Tails. Well, Sparsh, it's there in the comments, so I'm supposed to read it then, am I not?
That was sent at 9:59 a.m. by the
But
way.
I can't see that with my glasses.
It's true. See, he's the one. He's the one who's doing all this.
Godlike devotion in the middle of the show. Sorry, Kajol, we're cutting. We must not kill your momentum. Do you know what an ultra crepidarian is?
Yeah.
this quiz only works one way. And let me
Ultra
finish.
crepidarian is a person who offers opinions beyond their own knowledge. Huh, Betty?
It's knowingly kept over.
Finishing what I'm saying. In Singapore, even if you roam around your own house naked, okay, this is important for you, Cyrus.
How can they prove it?
I don't know, but they can fine you under
mean-
under the rules of pornography. They can fine you for it.
But how can they find you? They can't see you.
Your neighbor can see you.
No, but one second. Are you seeing the CC cameras in flats which
No,
Don't
they're
flying
windows.
brothers watching?
They're windows.
No, but then that's flashing also. Now you don't actually take your clothes off and go and stand
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, Falguni, it's me. Can't you tell?" No, it's like I think that's too
Like, I've
much.
come to do Garba.
Yeah,
Falguni.
I'm missing one steak. Daddy na pooch.
Okay, last question. This is a little tough. I'm so sorry. I'm going to give you more hints.
Oh yeah, because the earlier ones were so easy.
Yeah.
Okay, in a lot of people pee against a wall, in various cities. But there's only one city in the world where the wall pees back at you when you pee on the wall.
Well, if someone's sitting on top and peeing,
No, the wall bounces your pee back at you.
well, that's good.
That is very good.
Even an older person's pee, because that's sort of drivel that comes slowly. There's
It
no
bounces slowly.
For the
When
old
it
person,
does-
they are the wall
It's
and
more
the-
like left arm orthodox spin, being tossed in the air. So there's not
Yeah.
that kind of velocity. I speak from experience, not mine alone, but also people around me.
All right.
We take a long time to reach the urinal, in a sense that we start peeing and then, the actual contact with the urinal.
Have you ever done it in public? Like,
Peeing?
yeah.
Always.
What?
Man needs to pee, needs to pee. This is India.
like not like hyper city area, like more like sequestered corners. where
I
you can-
at least turn and face the other side of the highway when we
Yeah.
stop to pee.
Yeah.
Mr. Vijayakar said, what's the difference? So, let
Oh,
me
dear.
tell you, and for poor bikers
I should
and all
travel
that,
with Kunal more. I
you
think.
should.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get his point. What kind of person wants to see you pee also? I mean, you're doing it as a majburi situation. They
Yeah.
didn't build toilets everywhere. You are a...
Suppose you're caught unawares. Like, I'm traveling on the highway.
But
and I'm
who
just
wants to
seeing
stare at you pee?
But I don't want to get even the first glance, no?
You know what happened? I'll tell you
The funny
a story.
thing is,
Tell.
in villages, I'll just have a quick thought. In villages, because dhoti and gagras, both men and women pee the same way, and I find that very nice.
How?
That
Are you-
nobody's
are you-
standing,
are you
nobody's
getting
It's not the
titillated?
same. Ghagra doesn't have any
One second,
middle
he's getting
thing.
titillated. What are you talking about?
How will you pee the same with a dhoti and a ghagra?
Because both of them have to be lifted like on the side,
No, but
niche.
dhoti you have to
No, he's
open.
right. So what they do, they have somewhat squat and do it.
They
sometimes.
sidestep
They
it.
side squat it. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's an odd
I'm
posture.
sad I'll have to
It's not
explain
like the-
logistics of it, but it does happen like
Okay, I
that.
get his point is visual imagery.
I was not lying
We
when I
don't have
said
the
that.
visual imagery, but what we can do is turn to Rishi and Sparsh and they can, show it.
Show it.
Can you just-
Get on the chair and do it.
So I have a terrible story where my sister had come down after 5 or 6 years with her family and they're all Americans, etc. We were driving 2 cars from Alibag, or 3 cars. And Kunal and me were in front, obviously. And we decided to pee somewhere along the way. And then suddenly their car passes and my sister's screaming at the kids and saying, don't look. See, this is what happens in India. They pee on the roads and all that. And then she's like, oh my God, is that Cyrus?
Oh shit.
So my nephew.
And you're like, welcome to India.
They were like, not only is it a poor country, but our very own uncle is one of those
Poverty-ridden people, yeah.
I had a friend who should get, people from abroad coming to stay with him. And Indians only. He used to take them out to eat kulfi and pan and all. And in his
But
car...
the Indians, they know what kulfi and pan is.
nahi. After that, the treat used to come. He used to say, Abhi, feko. he should make them throw that the containers on the. He said, fake, have fun.
And they break, no?
No, it's just thermocol, yeah. But
Acha,
just for
the clay one.
Throw
the pleasure of littering.
Yeah. In Kolkata, if you have the clay thing, you have to throw it and break it.
Now,
Like,
I think the government is doing that in South Mumbai because they just throw things everywhere. If you look, the roads are just a mess, complete mess. Everywhere you look, there's just, I can't even describe it.
Yeah.
You guys don't know what it's like. Kadivli is beautiful. Beautiful. Come to Marine Drive and just see if you can see any drive left. There's no drive.
Only
because they're building the entire thing.
And they've got traffic jams at all odd hours for no reason because one lorry is reversing.
Yeah, you can't have your filmy South Bombay moment anymore unless it's like 3 in the morning and there's no traffic. Like now, if you're like stuck like this at fucking Marine Drive, you're like, fuck this.
Yeah, man.
Fuck this dream. Fuck this
What
Queen's
was the
necklace.
point of my grandfather doing well in life? It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Really?
And you're going to be underwater in 10 years.
Exactly.
I'm in Malba Hill. As long as I don't leave
And
the house,
that's
I'm
what
okay.
I find, like, not
But
Bombay.
but the good thing is I get to see people die. So I'm like, okay, Brinda, faster. It'll be fun. Yeah.
Like, you will have every door going and Jack and Rose happening on those doors. It'll be too
Hey
cute.
guys, you'll all come over to watch the fun. Huh? Forget
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Olympics. Let's
Yeah,
watch
we'll come.
Malkeshwar dying.
Yeah, Wankhede Stadium won last time,
Yeah.
for the ages.
The Shahs have a magnum
But what's
opus
the
wedding.
answer, Kajol?
What was the question, Kajol?
When you pee, the wall pees
In which
back.
city of the world does a wall pee back
Give
on
us
you?
hints.
I have an
now.
answer.
No,
It's
okay.
Rahul Dravid.
No, it's not Rahul Dravid. It's not the wall. Oh God, yuck. No, okay, it's in Germany.
The Berlin Wall.
No, it's not the Berlin Wall, Cyrus.
Then
Okay, it's a city in Germany.
Dusseldorf, Frankfurt, Bonn,
It's got like a food name in its name.
Berlin.
Frankfurt.
No.
Hamburg.
Hamburg. It's Hamburg.
What is the wall?
They coat the wall with a hydrophobic paint.
I love the Germans. We must do this.
That's a hate crime.
Yeah, come on, it'll be fun. It'll be like a great bakra, no? We just set it up in the highways and all that.
Yeah.
The poor guy, he goes there,
But on the highways, there's natural vegetation, so that's fine, right? Like, I have a story about peeing recently.
Yeah.
Like, I've been peeing constantly, but recently I had a story about it. It's not like I didn't pee since then. So we were on shoot in Hampi, okay? Like, near a...
You already got the gag.
Yeah.
Go on.
Near
You
a
had a
water...
humpy of a shoot. Huh?
Yeah, Hampi around the shoot, and we were at a water body, okay? And I'm like, okay, I have to pee now. And there's like 20 people on the set and some people watching the shoot, so I can't be like in front of them. So I start trekking up a small hill on the side, okay? And everybody's like, where's Navin? They see me like some kilometer away, just trying to find a spot to pee because I'm like behind this rock, I will pee. I'm like
Facing
behind this
or
rock.
backing?
So the rocks were all like, so you can't pee like this because it's an uphill thing, right? So if I pee like this, it'll all trickle down.
Physics.
Only. So I
Thanks
have to
for-
pee like
thanks
this.
for
but-
explaining that.
Yeah, I have to pee like this, but with behind a wall, behind a rock, and there are boulders in Hampi, right? So I'm like trying to, and then one of the we had a security guy with us for like these reasons, and he's like, "What are you doing? There's a leopard fucking, there's a warning right now. There's a leopard in the open. Come down." And I'm
Actually-
like, "But I just want to pee," and he's like, "Come, I'll show you the spot." And it was so weird because I had to come down, and this grown ass man is taking me another grown ass man to a pee spot, so to stay away from leopards.
Hey, listen, that's how women pee anyway
I
in the
gotta-
wild. We've all got to go together.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Sorry, I'm getting titillated now. It's just wrong information. Look at all these hot young women going to pee and like, brocha.
Just now you asking who?
Care to watch?
Just now you asking who gets excited?
God,
Who gets excited when a man
This is
peeing?
horrible. Yeah.
All
Can I tell you my Humpy story? So we had a
Yes.
producer called Dumpy in MTV. That's right, and we shot in Humpy. Can you imagine how that went? Imagine the whole day, all of us, more than a day, we had to go to Humpy, so maybe 2 days, I can't remember. But Humpy and Dumpy, can you believe it? Humpy,
Yeah.
Dumpy. 2 days of Humpy, Dumpy.
had a great fall.
And everybody did it. Everybody on the set.
Yeah.
20 people, real majburi at its worst. There's nothing else. Yeah.
I worked with a girl called Mumpy once. It was too fun.
Mumpy?
Yeah, her name was.
Bengali.
Yeah, of course.
So Mumpy.
But speaking of
Mom, pee. Oops.
speaking of peeing on a shoot,
How are you taking this?
I
shit in
know.
the right direction?
no, but it feels like you're very secluded in a vanity van and all that.
Exterior shoot, outdoors.
Outdoor shoot. I mean, even otherwise, they give you the vanity van.
Yeah. No, but there are shoots where you don't have anything.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, what do y'all do?
You have to go and pee in the wild. I mean, wherever you
But
find.
where
place
you all
to pee.
change clothes and all? Y'all can't just.
We change. Boys, there's no problem really. For the girls, someone has to cover them literally.
Okay.
Like that.
I thought all
And
shoots
Saukar. Girls
Yeah.
in Saukar because he's shy. Yeah.
I just realized Amit's pet name is Bumpy. Yes, somebody pointed out as well.
Yes, it is.
So you should take Dumpy and
Dumpy,
to
Bumpy, and Humpy. We've
Yeah.
got the show.
Yeah.
Manmohan Desai Productions. There
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
Humpy, Bumpy, Dumpy.
Then I'll come
On
and
that
be
lovely
grumpy.
note,
Yeah.
let's go into today's sustainable story. Sustainability story comes from the country's smartest boffins at IIT Kharagpur. A study conducted. Kharagpur, yeah, IIT Kharagpur, very well known.
I thought it was Kharagpur.
Pronounced
Kharagpur.
You bastard!
I'm so happy
Sponge, you wanted to let it go, right? You wanted to let her embarrass herself for 20 minutes. I saw your face. I saw your face. And Rishi, just look at these guys are so bad. Naveen, They wanted to just put a foot in it and go on for 10 minutes about the same thing.
The fact that Kajol like France, Hamburg, Dusseldorf, and he like Kargarpur.
And not only that, justified it when I asked her. You can play the link. She justifies the name of this new city.
I am
This
so
segment
sorry.
is not sustainable
A
anymore.
big apology to the muffins at IIT
I think Chetan
Kharagpur.
Bhagat is an ex-alumni of... isn't he Kharagpur? He is, no?
And then Khargarpur only.
In your face, in your
Okay.
face.
A study conducted by the students concluded that there has been a significant drop in sulfur dioxide (SO2) levels in India in the last decade as compared to the previous 3 decades. The reduction has been credited to revised environmental
Navin's falling
regulation and adoption of the effective control technologies such as scrubber and flue gas desulfurization, which basically means that the pollutants are treated at the source.
Guess who
Can
didn't
we
guess
talk
who
to
didn't
each
get
other
into
like-
IIT Kharagpur? Guess who didn't get in?
Guess who's back in the house?
Before being released into the environment, this is a promising sign to tackle. Just stop smiling, Cyrus. This is a promising sign to
It's
tackle.
like you're really fighting hard to show interest.
This is a promising sign.
We should just quit on the Veerdas story. That was funny. We had 1 or 2 good stories. Yeah. Come on. Oh, beta. Said do this what the swimming mothers used to do when I was young. Shabash, come on.
If we
Come on,
do
Sonal,
it well, we'll take you to
pull,
Kargarpur.
Shabash.
Come on.
Come on, Sonal. Come on.
This is a promising sign to tackle the environment-produced pollution problem. And a positive news like this is not talked about enough in online or even offline forums. Full power to the IIT Kharagpur dudes.
Wow. And I'm saying, wow, you know why, right?
Dudes. Yeah. You made it, Kajol.
Can you imagine, no one listening to the story got anything
Anything
except
about the
name
story?
of,
I have
the
no
IIT
idea.
Kharagpur.
I have no idea what happened. There was sulfur,
Sulfuric acid,
there was
yeah,
production,
yeah.
there was environment, but I don't know what happened.
Not to be critical. It was a silvery moment.
But we all had a good laugh, and that's what matters.
Yeah, that's it.
Laugh meter will
I mean,
change
if they
the
want
environment.
intellectual stuff, they can't come here anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculously stupid.
Come to Vartalab, guys.
Yeah.
All right,
I believe that's great, yeah.
Shall we go into a break? So let's go into a break and we're going to be coming back with a lot of topics.
When we come back,
Like how to pronounce
Kharagpur.
Ulasnagar. Or is it Alasnagar?
Hi guys, we're back. And before we go on,
Mayday landing the plane in 25 minutes.
we just googled the alumni of IIT Kharagpur in the meanwhile.
And give us the names.
It's Sundar Pichai,
Most irritated with you, Kajol.
CEO of Google.
Yes.
Arvind Kejriwal.
He won't let you in Delhi again.
Yeah. Then Vinod Gupta, controversial Democratic
Left leaning, but he's also upset.
Biswa Kalyan Rath, our colleague.
Yeah. Who pretends not to speak English, but we expose the bugger. He can bloody speak English better than Shakespeare, but he pretends not to.
Jitendra
All these guys,
Kumar,
this
the actor.
fraudgiri is allowed
Yeah.
amongst comedians.
Yeah.
I'll take this avatar today.
It's just funny that all the alumni may only one lady they show or two. Sangam
That's what,
Mitra,
you get out of,
Bandyopadhyay.
that's what you get out of this.
Yeah, it's like
Okay, I'd
fuck.
like to apologize
Someone called
to-
Gaurav Taneja is also and he's a bodybuilder. I want
Yeah.
to show this.
I'd like to
I don't
apologize
want
to
to
all
either.
those alumni. And I also want to say that the sustainability story of the day was powered by Volvo XC40 Recharge.
Right, you got to say it with love. Volvo XC40 Recharge. I know I not follow him, but I do watch some of his stuff. Yeah. Stiff-legged deadlifts done by him will be very interesting for you. Slightly more local style.
Yeah.
Because I know you love your deadlifts. So you watch his Gaurav Taneja on
I like my heavyweights.
SLDLs.
Cool.
You
All
don't
right.
go heavy.
Next topic.
I just want to watch you do your stiff-legged deadlift.
I won't do anything. I'll just watch.
Guys, I want to discuss the fight happening between Falguni Pathak and Neha Kakkar.
Yeah.
It's not really a fight.
It's not
fight.
really a fight. It seems to be a fake fight.
It's a
But
also,
she
also like
once stole the other song. Let's first set up the premise. Then we can understand.
so yeah.
So Falguni Pathak sang this song called Maine Payal Hai Chankaye. Okay.
One sec. This goes back to Kharagpur. Let me just check. I will check the title.
मैंने पायल है चनकाई
You sound like Falguni. I'm not lying.
This is the third
Sounds
battle.
like Falguni. This is better than the French accent. I want you to do more Falguni. That's
I know.
Falguni.
I used to play Falguni as a child.
I can imagine.
Yeah, because my mom would leave me at my godmother's and the girls were obsessed with Falguni Pathak and that was the entertainment on TV, right? Like, मैंने पायल है
So
चनकाई.
this is a
or
great
like,
season for you, Navratri. As
yeah,
we speak.
I know.
Oh.
I could just play a Falguni Pathak body double and
Garibo ka Falguni Pathak just charged less because in the old days she was charging 30 lakhs
Yeah.
and all. Huh?
Wow.
Ridiculous.
30 30 lakhs for a night?
For this 9 nights.
Oh, for all
Yeah.
9.
No, for
One night. She's very expensive.
30
We
lakhs.
don't cross, yeah. She was the
Yeah.
highest paid. She and then
30
Preeti and
lakhs.
Pinky. So at MTV, one of the things we did was
Yeah,
we used to
Preeti
cover
and Pinky
Navratri.
also was good, yeah.
Navratri had a lot of sponsors and a lot of young people obviously going for it. And also big shows, Goregaon, etc. We go and cover them. And guess who would always have to cover them? Who was the dancer extraordinaire with the garba sticks who was wandering around? Was it Maria? No. Was it Malaika? No. Was it Nafisa? No. Was it Sophie? No. Shahnaz? No. Chinappa? No. Saukar will come after Navratri is over, so they couldn't send him.
Yeah.
It was me. I had to go.
You
Everywhere.
were the scapegoat.
I had to hang with Falguni.
That's
No,
nice.
I mean, that would be awesome.
She
Man.
was very sweet.
Yeah.
So to set up the story.
So Falguni sang the song, and then recently Neha Kakkar has remixed it and sung it in her own inimitable style.
She's very good.
No.
I like her.
I think it's
Every
imitable.
song sounds like a cabaret, yeah, then.
You're really mean.
I mean,
It's
I'm
true.
saying what
Actually,
I
like
think.
the song was supposed
Just
to be not
because
touched at all.
Neha's
I would
surname
agree.
rhymes with...
Chakkar.
No, I was going to say Thakkar, but I thought you'd go with the bad word that he thinks of in his mind. But I was looking at Silvery, whose surname is similar sounding. Yeah.
Thakkar.
Now we just
Kakkar.
segued unnecessarily.
Yeah,
and
it was
kills
just
the
a-
momentum of a
yes,
lovely
yes,
topic.
terrible.
Are they fighting or not?
So what happened was the song came out, everybody hated it, and then they're putting stories up on
The remix came out.
the remix came out,
Yeah.
and it's pretty trashy. To be honest, on a
Sounds
song,
like a cabaret.
it's like there's a horrible fucking when they I'll say the chorus because that's iconic, and then there comes like an electro techno beat, and it'll be like tung tung tung
But
tung.
that's what they do with all modern songs.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no need for the song to be touched. I'm like, write your own songs, make better music.
Yeah.
But
How about-
everybody's doing that. No, I mean, it's not
just
like
because everybody's doing it, that's
she's
why
not stealing it.
right now, even in the film
It's
industry.
being done openly, right? She's not taking the song without
So,
permission.
so
right?
here's the thing, right? Like these music companies that are the
Who
greedy
owns the
ones.
song?
The music company, like one of
So
the.
is she in the same music company as Falguni?
I
There must
mean,
be
like
something, yeah.
They have brought the rights from them.
So it's
and
legal.
I know it's legal. That's not the point. That's beyond the point. It's the trashiness of the song that's the question, right? So the story goes that this came out, the song came out. Whatever my opinion was, everybody on the internet hated it.
Yours is aesthetic problem.
No, but Cyrus,
You
suppose
guys are
suppose
saying
they
that
remade
this is not done
suppose they
justice to the
remade
song.
MTV.
I'm talking about legality.
Suppose they remade MTV Bakra with someone who.
What do I care?
With like that guy, who's that curly haired idiot who's like always there with his big face.
Priyanka Chopra.
Jim Sarp.
No, what is that guy's name? Xerxes Vadia.
Xerxes, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
the fuck his name is.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
like his
Xerxes.
face, but I still have to watch him, right? Because Bakra's memory for
So
me.
what? What does it matter? These
It
things
matters.
move.
If you're
It
listening to this,
ruins a
Xerxes,
bit of the
please stop.
Yeah,
doing
why
it.
do you disrespect poor?
He has the biggest Adam's
Jerks-
apple I ever saw.
Jerxes did nothing wrong.
Xerxes.
Navin has weird reasons.
Example. Anyways,
What a weird example.
listen
know.
to me. Listen to
I
me.
think it's all pet angst.
I've
he's
never
got.
noticed
He must
a
have
man's
got to
Adam's
Vadia.
apple.
Vadia's straight. He's angry. He's just
Yeah,
going after
like-
him
I've
now.
never
Have-
noticed
ever-
a man's Adam's apple. Y'all notice these things? Though?
I noticed women's Adam's apple. That scares me. Very often I'm
Well,
saying,
yeah.
wrong number.
Oh, shit.
Out I go. Where's my pant?
Women have Adam's apple. It's
They
It's
do.
a smaller apple.
And Kajol, wrists, women with big wrists, there are a few of them. I hope I don't, scare anyone. Why? Are your wrists big?
No, they're not.
Oh, oops.
Hey, they're not. They just look big on camera.
Yeah.
the
So-
webcam ad is 5 pounds.
Yeah.
This one girl was telling me, I hate it when the man has thinner legs than me. I'm like, Indian men, there's a lot,
Yeah.
Because most women have, it's just an area where they have more
I don't
mass.
like men with thin legs.
Yeah,
I know what
Cyrus.
it means.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the longest time, I asked you to ask the same thing. Like, you're working on the entire structure. Why not the legs a little
But I
bit?
can show my quads, but every time I do it, they're saying, Valga, Valga, Valga.
No, it's true.
my right leg stomp.
I'm a big fan
you
of
saw the picture.
chunky thighs and legs.
Yeah.
That just turns me
My
on.
thighs
so
are not
hard.
bad. I have thin calves. They're genetic. So very genetic body part.
Yeah, you should put protein in there.
No, not. I have to take an oil called synthol, which is dangerous.
Synthol?
Synthol oil.
Yeah, that's the name.
Nice.
You drink it.
Acha,
No,
getting back to the
gain-
story
gain
of
size and hairs,
Falguni
which can't
Pathak and
gain
thing.
them.
So people are
Falguni
hating.
also takes it. Huh?
Yeah, she has chunky legs.
Yeah.
No.
And he knows that because we share the same trousers. All three of us.
Yeah.
Times are hard for
That's
entertainers.
just
You're like,
strange.
ho gaya tera? Acha.
So, anyways, then people started hating on it, and Falguni Pathak was reposting all the stories where they were like, "Ki Neha Kakkar ne
she
ganda
was
ganda."
grinning and enjoying it is what you're saying.
She was
Like,
like,
yeah.
just like watching the world burn from
Yeah,
far away
yeah,
on
yeah,
Twitter
yeah.
and on
But
Instagram.
I'm not involved.
I'm
Yeah,
not involved.
yeah.
Like, this is what your opinion is. I'm just reposting it. And then Neha Kakkar lashed out saying ki it's everybody's opinion or whatever. Then people went for fat shaming.
No, wait. Neha Kakkar lashed out saying that I'm doing very well and you're all jealous of me or something like that. It was
Yeah.
designed to inflame
But
the
they
masses.
were. They were trying to be mean, weren't they?
But you
So she
have an
reacted.
opinion, no?
I just want to take her side.
Yeah, at least one person is on her side.
So what's the fat shaming?
So then on the internet, somebody remixed it with that song ke badle, that naya version of the song.
Say the line.
What?
What is the fat shaming line?
There's no fat shaming line. The song was replaced with the Hati Aaya karke.
Oh.
So then like they were like making versions of it where because Neha Kakkar since her Indian Idol days or Fame, whatever the fucking show was, she's put on weight.
But yeah, she's carrying a pound or two.
Yeah, but it's not like Falguni is slim. I'm
No,
just
but now
saying it's not about
Falguni is
weight.
off the hook.
Yeah,
Now
Falguni's
they're just
done her
attacking
job.
Neha,
She's made a song
See,
years
Falguni
ago.
never changed. She was always, let's face it, a woman of alternative, pursuits and all that. So that was her style, right?
Yeah, you
So
can't
either
even
like
bully
it or
her
you
like
don't
that
You can't
because-
bully her.
yeah.
That's who she is. What he's saying is Neha has switched from a young, pretty... No, she's still pretty, but she's put on a few pounds. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Neha,
and then
if you're
she's
listening, I
dancing
think you're
also in
very
the song and all.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have criticized her dancing because she's on the chubbier side.
Yeah.
So what happened is in the whole gamut of things, the movement moved to like, but why can you say that? Like you can't say that to Neha because then she's done a good job. Now they are saying the song is good just to make her feel better, which is again
But
very.
anyway,
very
at the
internet.
end
But
of
in the
it,
end, there's
at
no
the-
real fight between them.
No, because
There's no real
they
fight.
released a promo of Indian Idol where Neha and Falguni are going to be on the same episode.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
all created?
It's
you
all
think?
created.
Wow.
But it must have been pre-recorded, no? The episode
No,
also.
it's coming next week. All I'm saying is this is all buzz for the
Yeah,
episode.
but now it sounds
I'm
a
pretty
little.
sure.
Now it sounds a little contrived. The whole thing, no? It
Yeah.
does. Because there's no fight. Also, everybody remixes old songs. They do the same damn thing. It seems a little odd. Even if, whether you like it or not, that's who cares anyway.
It's the same thing that Kashyap and Anil Kapoor were doing, right? When we started trashing each other on the
Oh,
internet.
yeah.
And it
everybody
turned
like,
out to be a film.
a
Correct.
movie thing only.
Unbelievable.
A
Hey,
boring
Navin, you
film,
choose.
yeah.
I'm saying we do the same thing.
Okay, cool.
So abuse me now.
Cyrus, you piece of shit.
Thanks. No, not thanks. I mean, how dare you?
Achha, I just want to point out to all the fans, my name is spelled Navin. I have one pet peeve in life. Please don't spell my name with two E's.
Why?
I don't like it.
All the Navins I know what two is.
That's your problem.
But that's not fair.
Not my problem.
It's in my head, man. I can't just take it out now, no?
But you don't have to spell it when you talk to me, Cyrus. You just say Navin. anyway.
You know how I am. I spell while I talk. I'm spelling all. I'm texting away while I talk to you. you
Yeah,
know?
then spell Kharagpur for me.
Kharak. Go. Not Kharak.
Yeah. Just want to put it out as a PSA.
Yeah.
Even if you're putting me in any tier, put me in the right spelling while I tier.
God, we
please.
lost Sundar Pichai as a sponsor.
Shit.
One.
Now we can't look for anything.
Bloody anchor, and that's it.
Okay, I'm going to do my job properly this time. If I can just get the scrolling right.
We are not criticizing, yeah. Gosh, nobody's saying anything.
Do we have more sustainable stories?
No,
I can't
no,
wait.
no, no.
Sulfuric acid
wait,
is my
wait.
favorite thing.
We have Heads Up for Tails, Pet Tails story.
Oh, sweet. Woof woof.
Our possum story for today comes from the state of West Bengal. The November of 2016 could have been the end of the life of a 7-day-old baby girl abandoned by her biological parents on the cold streets of Purulia in West Bengal. A school teacher named Ulhas Chaudhary heard a baby crying on his way home. As he followed the baby's cries, he saw that 4 stray dogs were guarding the baby girl who had been left and abandoned. This obviously caught the attention of the school teacher. On seeing him, the doggies sensed a feeling of familiarity and allowed him near the baby. Ulhas immediately alerted the locals and the police, which helped rescue the child. The doggies followed Ulhas to his house as he took the child home and didn't leave until she was handed over to the police station. The police then took custody of the newborn and made sure she reached the hospital safely and was well taken care of. If it wasn't for these Indian dog heroes, the baby girl wouldn't have survived the night, as the area is known for attacks by wild animals, including wolves and bears. Truly wondrous creatures dogs are.
It's a beautiful story, except for that last line which politicized it. It said Indian dog heroes. You know, once again, even the animals, we're looking at where you come from, bro. Aadhaar card hai kya nahi?
But like our street breeds are so cute also. It's
But Naveen,
amazing.
in Kerala, they were killing dogs for, people overreacting to everything and whatever. But I have to tell you, my experience is stray dogs are the greatest people in the world.
Yeah.
The best hangout
Yeah, they
partners. If you travel the streets of Mumbai and other cities of
Oh
India.
man, like I
Come
met,
on.
so we were shooting behind like a printing press in Charni Road, and this one dog called Kali who became just my friend throughout the entire, because we were just shooting and sitting there, right? Every time she would just come and like wait for pets and everything. So wherever we went, she would just be around us, and that's like such a calming thing to have. Like like an animal trusts you so
Yeah.
much by just like meeting you the first time.
I just think it just gives you a nice rush when you meet the dog.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of therapy.
My sister was showing me these messages of like in their building, like if there are a couple of dogs, there are some like hoity-toity people who are like, oh,
Don't feed the dogs.
हाँ,
कुत्ता को निकालो.
मेरा बच्चे को मैं छोड़ने गई बस स्टॉप
घर
पे
पे लेके
तो
जाना.
भौंकने
घर पे
गया.
लेके जाना. The same
Yeah.
4-5 things they say.
Yeah, my kid
Those-
ran away and the dog ran.
This is
chased him.
why I believe men should wear heels, because if you can hit these people with heels, it hurts more.
Yeah. And we should do the same thing. Like,
You can't
when
hit people with heels properly. You have to stamp on them with heels.
But then I have to, my hamstring may go and I'm old now. I have to be careful because I have
Hitting
high
people
impulse.
with heels makes
You
no
understand, I have
difference.
you can
high
use the
impulse
base
problems.
to flap, and then if they misbehave, then fucking nail them. them.
So it's like a hammer. Tuck, tuck, tuck,
Yeah,
tuck, tuck,
yeah,
tuck.
yeah.
No, it does not work that way.
That
Can
same
we
rule
try
that
it?
they
Rishi,
apply
Rishi,
when
just
they
come
take
one
their
second.
dogs out for a walk. When some people take the dogs out for a walk, they take a stick for the strays to keep them away from the. I don't
It's called
understand.
selective loving.
So
That's like racism.
Yeah, I'm
in
going to
dogs.
take a stick and walk in general.
That's a great point. I argue with that. Obviously, there's no owners who do this because they don't walk their dogs. So I have to argue with these guys.
Yeah.
I don't make it a class issue. But I say, ye stick kai ke liye. Ask the guy like that. And the guy is, kutta, kutta. And I'm like, there's no logic. He's just got this fear. The dog senses fear. And the whole thing is negative.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to make the dogs friends with the other dogs and sort of be more positive around people.
Yeah, and I've noticed like in certain like dog-friendly areas, for example, where people live and like people have pets and kids will come and interact with them. The dogs have their own park and they all chill. It's such a nice vibe.
Yeah.
Like time
Isn't
slows
it?
down. Life is better for a moment. Everybody is
exactly.
getting along. There's none of this fear. There's none of this shit. And if you just let dogs and cats and all have their own little space and all, it's gonna be nice.
And what kind of person wants to run them out all the time?
Oh,
Nikalo, khana mat khilao. I don't get that. How does it matter? What's your father's business about that? I don't
My
get it.
building likes cats. So we have a whole band of cats and each of them eats with a different watchman every day. So they've got their
Like a date.
like a date, lunchtime date. But have you
I'm
noticed?
saying biscuit is ready. Yeah.
But have you noticed people who have dogs and people who have cats are two different people?
Yeah.
Like people who have dogs love it when you're nice to their dog and the dog likes you.
Yeah.
People who have cats, they're not very happy when their cat likes you.
I like she pointed out to me with a thumb, just like in general.
So I have a lot of cats in the gym we go to in the morning and all that. And there's nobody there, so we feed them and we get to pet them. But they're not giving. But they do. They come and rub and all that against you.
But
they
that's
don't
for
like-
their own
not giving.
little sensation.
So you don't get the kind of love and affection you'll get from a dog. But that's okay. Animals are different.
So I was back
pythons,
in.
for example. I tried to hug a python once.
What?
I took 45 minutes to extricate
Where
the
did
python.
you find a python to hug?
Well, ladies.
Where did
You have to
find
struggle
it?
with your own python for 45 minutes. That's the hilarious
Oh
part.
God.
No. So recently I went to Bhayandar and my mom was there. So I was like walking around. My best friend from like back in the days back now. So we go back our old roots walking around.
Is he still the best friend? Or
Yeah, he's still a good friend. Like he's
Oh,
always
he's,
been
he's demoted.
he's demoted. Yeah. I mean, like after 10 years, what do you
So
expect?
mean, yeah.
Yeah. Now my partner is my best friend.
He was my best friend growing up. Ab to hai, but
Yeah, now we don't like are in each other's lives like we used to, right? So we were walking and it was rainy, and this little cat just like sitting over there, like shivering and like very like obviously in cold, whatever. And I'm just like petting him.
But not under a surface.
There was a branch of tree or whatever,
okay.
and he was a little cold, so I started petting him, of course, and everything. And in no time, he's climbed on my leg, and no time he's now in my arms,
Yeah.
just like he's
They're
there.
very good with the heart and stomach area. The
Yeah,
cats.
they know where the vibrations are coming from and all. And it's like, I'm like, oh, fuck, I want to take him home. But you can't just take a cat home like that. Like, you have to leave him and
So
be like,
with
okay.
Abbas, the cat goes on the stomach because he's got a digestive issue.
Yeah.
So immediately that's where the warmth comes from.
It's like a cat bed only, his stomach.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
furry and it's big.
Hey man, it's humanitarian gesture. end of the
my.
day,
I like it. I like big furry bellies.
Really?
But yeah.
Which is the cat on Abbas, not
Yeah,
separate.
bellies, not bellies. So anyways. so
Kajol,
then-
what's your take on furry bellies?
I like furry chests. I don't
Yeah.
like furry bellies.
Furry just a nice.
Confused. Is this the cat on the man's chest or does he have a hairy chest? What's
No, we have digressed a while back. Yeah. But anyways, next day I went back to see if the cat's still there, and if he's still there, I convinced my mom and dad that I'll bring him home and we'll take care of him types, okay? And I go back and there's some stranger sitting and this cat is now chilling with him on his lap.
Oh, you
And I was
felt,
like,
you
what a
felt
horse. Yeah,
cheated
just like-
on.
Yeah, but no, he was actually a very friendly cat, and I noticed that Mama cat was behind only, so he was safe. There's no need for me to
watching them
displace him.
play one of the
Yeah,
best
with
things you could see,
kittens
two
play.
kittens playing.
With like sunlight, they lose their shit. With leaves, with like anything, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Kittens are good.
I
Our
don't know.
sponsors are the dog people, right?
I know, yeah.
Huh, okay.
But
No, but
I
dogs
think
and cats,
they
yeah,
have heads.
no,
I go to Heads Up for Tail stores to buy cat litter and cat stuff also.
You can't have empathy just for one dog and one breed.
Hey,
That's
Dunzo,
an extension of
Dunzo
ego.
keeps on telling me to have cat food. Okay, now whenever I look for anything, it shows me cat food. And
That's so good now.
It's cheaper
it
for humans
sounds
to
delicious.
consume.
When I
Yeah.
first got my cats, no, you had to like really go to a selective medical shop to get cat food or online. But now so many of the chemists keep some of it.
You know what is a
which is
sweet
good.
food for cats? Kit Kat.
oh,
All of this build up for all this.
but have you ever tasted any cat
Rishi's
food?
expression.
Yeah,
Have you ever tasted any cat food?
I have.
Hey, how does it taste?
Terrible.
It's like jerky. Like
Yeah.
I had a chicken strip once.
I've had dog liver biscuits. They're terrible, man.
You had that
You
also.
shouldn't have those. Yeah.
No, you smell them, you say, okay, bearable. And then you try to bite it and it's whole
Yeah,
different.
It's very hard, now.
Not just hard. The taste is atrocious. It's like really bad.
Yeah.
It's like-
compared to the cat pellets that I've tried.
It's like baked fish.
You
Ziti.
tried that also?
Yeah.
I thought I was the only weird one.
Not weird. I don't have work. So what do I do for the rest of the day? I want to do something, man.
In my uncle's house, they had dog
It's
biscuits.
always your uncle, no? Your stories.
I've got to have some family.
Third
Cyrus.
uncle story. Third.
I've got other uncles. So they had a bottle of dog biscuits because they've got a dog. And the maid once misunderstood and served the guests
Nice.
the dog biscuits.
The smelly ones, or there are slightly more
They are
subtle
not
ones?
smelly. They are
Because
not.
they realize that even the dogs have the 5,000 times stronger nose. If you don't like it, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Then what happened?
But I think my uncle and aunt are pretty rich.
Chill.
So the guests were not very keen
The
to.
power structure being what it was, they had to just enjoy the biscuits.
They enjoyed the biscuits.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to get some people who owe me money and do this.
And now you should see their code, Cyrus.
Yeah. Can you, Mr. Mehta, fetch the ball?
Yeah. Very loyal Mr. Mehta is now.
Okay, I'm going to go into the AMA.
You should, because it's 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
Okay, let's go with Shavik Bachi's comment for me. Okay.
Why don't we just call him here? He's always on the show. What's going on?
Okay.
He's here in spirit.
We should call him here.
Yeah.
We should call a top 5 on, no?
We'll call Shavik
Top
Bachi.
5, top 10.
Shavik Bachi, you said that you loved the story I had of my house being cut in half because my father made fun of the management of Sophia College. And that story is completely true.
Yeah.
Okay. I did grow up in a very small house because my father believed in freedom of speech. Okay, now that it's out of the way.
So that you wanted to just tap yourself on the back for a
was
second.
very
and waste my
underwhelming,
time and
Kajol,
his. I mean, where's the cat story, which had such beautiful emotions and all that, to your story about family losing the home?
Okay. GK's got a nice question. Did Aisha allow you to do romantic scenes in your film like Fruit and Nut? The kiss from Diya was awesome, Cyrus.
Aisha has not seen or heard anything I've ever done. She still thinks I'm a lawyer. So, we just go with that because our parents wouldn't have allowed her to marry some guy who's entertainer. We can't even describe what we do. It's not even clear. Not even to me after so many years of doing it. So I'm like an Uber driver without a car, it's a pointless exercise. What he's referring to is a movie, unfortunately, which lasted 2 days. Where I think we did have a small kissing.
Shoot-wise or like numbers-wise?
Shoot-wise, it took much longer. It's really frustrating. You're right. We can shoot for so many days and then people watch it for less than 4 minutes. It's like
Yeah.
that, yeah.
But somebody watched Fruit and Nut. Yeah.
But when you do something where there's a little kiss involved, I've done plays also a lot of times. The big problem is you have to go and find yourself a mint before that for safety because you
But
can't take a chance.
How do you not get aroused?
No, I'm not asking that. Let me answer my
No, of
question.
course you can get aroused. That's
No,
okay.
no, like-
Why should you not get aroused? In fact, if you get aroused, it's a better scene.
But can you really commit to the scene with so many people around watching?
I can because I'm an exhibitionist. But very often the others can't. I don't know. I'm not like I've kissed so many girls. But in acting school in Strasbourg, we did a few scenes.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
great fun, really, because the women throw themselves into it.
Okay.
So then your competitive edge is there also because the women
Yeah.
are now competing with you. It's not so much chemistry. It's more like I will kiss and hump you
Yeah.
more than you can kiss or hump me in this scene in the bed. There's a
Yeah.
play called Modigliani about the famous painter. There's a big love scene there. And there's a lot of dialogue within the love scene. But you can't stop making out because they're making out and talking. Clearly, they're out of breath and
the
all
passion
that.
of it all.
And
Yeah.
she was like, this girl was like fantastic, because we were doing it first. The rehearsal was okay, but when we did it in front of the class, and I was like, in my head, I'm saying, what the hell? She's taking me down here, Roja. This is India versus UK.
Fight back, yeah.
Fight back, man. Put your tongue in the right place. Stop.
Yeah.
Fuck the dialogue. Nobody's
Yeah.
listening anymore.
That's what I was like. So Nick Pillow and I used to do a skit in our show. We used to call Homo's Odyssey, and one of the sketches was us making. It was called Homo's Odyssey, yeah. And there was a scene where like both of us had to make out, okay? And the premise was I'm the gay one and he's the straight one in the scene, and we're acting for a movie and there's a set we're working on. Somebody has to say cut from the side and all of that, okay? And it was so difficult because we started rehearsing it at his house, and every time we make out a little too much, and I'm like, and because we're gays.
Oh, he's gay?
Yeah, of course he's gay. He's in real life.
How
He's
do I
gay.
know it's an acting job also?
No, it was a comedy sketch like on stage. So then it would be very difficult for me to like not get aroused by it because he was my type also. But then
These guys come on the show and just digress into their own personal
one sec.
things all the time.
And then one time we were doing the version of this show, and his now husband, then partner, was there, Amit. Okay, and I was like, I feel so weird before the show. I'm like, he's here and he's going to watch the show, and I'm going to make out with you and he's like, Amit, are you okay with Navin kissing me? And he's like, yeah, I'm here to watch that only. And I'm like, fuck. And it was nice.
Wow, what a play.
After that, was it uncomfortable?
No, it was not. It was great.
And Amit, the dynamic didn't change.
Yeah, dynamic had changed a little bit,
It
but
did.
like in a nice way, in a healthy way, that we could do this and not be awkward about, because we were entertainers at that point.
So with she was English actually in the class. Funny thing is that the moment it's over, There's no chemistry.
Exactly.
They're so
Are
good
you
at
serious?
Yes. So
How?
I'm an Indian guy who's lonely there. I had no money. I'm living with 4 other guys in a small house.
Yeah,
and-
this is the most action you've gotten.
Oh yeah, I thought, boss, मैं तो बच्चन बन गया अभी. I'd say I just have to walk around.
He was
Strasbourg.
like, this bed is my scene now.
Bro,
Just bring the
it
girls.
ended. They did the evaluation. We chatted a little bit, whatever. And the next day she just says hi. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought Suhag Raat ho gaya.
I gave you
thought
my
it was
heart.
day 3.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
So
the
that was-
revelations
that
on
cold-
that.
But
cold-
isn't this
yeah.
when women can be clinical like that? It's another ballgame. We're not used to it. We think because men have the bad name or whatever, being non-emotional.
Okay, I'm clinical in the sense that once I'm done with a person, I've broken up, I do not want to see their face again.
No, but there's nothing wrong with what she did because what you did is wrong because in a sense there's emotion involved. There, it's for a gig and the gig is performed and then you should switch off. Switch off, switch on is acting.
Yeah, it's.
So, but
I don't know how
you're
people
doing
can
it
do
for
that.
a real relationship.
Haan, to-
That's mean, right? Because the guy's invested in you, invested in him, and you're like, okay.
If the relationship is over, why would you? I don't understand this whole we want to stay friends after the relationship
No, that's
thing.
I don't
stupid.
understand.
That's dumb.
That's just dumb. That's
really-
just dumb. You
It's
can't stay
patronizing
friends.
also, no?
Yeah, you can't.
He's such a good guy. What is a good guy? Because you don't like him now, he's a good guy.
Like it's okay to have them in your vicinity, but not to like be friends. You can't just chat the
Because
way.
if this one
I think you
upmanship
should
going
never
on,
speak
Yeah.
again.
No,
if you have
never
very
speak again.
intimate
Never
relations.
speak again.
Because it's
I
such
think
a
that's
fake
inhuman.
relationship. I mean, you're licking each other's saliva at one point, and
Yes.
then what do you want to talk about? How's your mom?
and it's a one-upmanship. Everyone's trying to prove that they are leading a better life
Yeah.
now. Like subtly, I'm seeing someone.
Correct, exactly. Or like how you don't matter. And
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
bullshit.
I'm thankful. Like
I mean, you and Nick Pillow and Amit, different story altogether.
Yeah.
By the way, which Amit is this? Hello.
Oh, shut up. Okay, wait.
Why shut up?
not a bumpy. Yeah.
Not bumpy?
Yeah.
Brother of Dumpy?
He was grumpy.
Okay, let's go with Harvisp Kasad's. Okay.
Just one of our regulars whose
Yeah,
name
whose
is
name
not
is
that
butchered,
hard.
yeah.
Just say the Harvest.
It's like harvest, but with a P.
Yeah.
Harvisp.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello all. Thoughts on Gehlot being out of the Congress president race due to rebellion saga? Can the tamasha get any worse for Congress?
Stop
Personally,
laughing, you bitches.
I'm really angry with the Congress because we, for our TV show, we wrote stuff about the 2 guys who were the forerunners. In
Shashi
the thing.
Tharoor and-
Yeah, and him. And then by the time we set the,
The
it went
line.
on air, there was 16 people in the fray suddenly. And older and older. Kamal Nath is 216.
Yeah, they're
it's
like
just
Rahul Gandhi is going for a walk. He has a chance.
Except him,
Yeah.
everybody's thrown the hat. Even Kejriwal was like, मैं तो आ गया यहाँ पे. I'll
Yeah,
just take a
I'm from
chance."
Kargarpur.
Yeah.
Can I just?
He'd win. No
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Say it correctly or vote for me.
Okay. This is a question from Jinesh Udani. Cyrus, have you been following the Magnus Carlsen Hans Niemann cheating row?
I was asking a fellow man, I'm not able to understand the whole thing, exactly what happened.
Who the
But
fuck
he
is
walked
Magnus?
out basically in some sort of, contrite anger or whatever. He just walked out. He didn't complete the game against Hans Niemann.
Which game is this?
Chess.
Yeah, we have no idea who these.
Kargarpur.
I first thought, can you bring the question back? I first thought it was a Bond villain, Magnus Carlsen Hans.
Okay, Jinesh will save this for when we have the spotty people on.
Yeah.
I don't want to,
Wrong question for wrong audience.
Label, but this is the one talking about saliva, kissing,
Body parts, yeah.
what is it?
Dogs,
Threesome,
Oh my God.
threesome with comedians.
Arey, I went to Cyrus, the Cock and Bull, and I googled my name. Okay, the bum suckerwalas with Kajol, sex
But that was a
massage
fabulous
with Kajol.
episode. That was really funny.
Yeah, but the thing is, it just sounds like I'm dirty.
But it's okay if it makes you famous now.
Kajol, you started a sex show in the middle of the pandemic. What do you think?
Oh, which reminds me, we are, the Thirst Trap, the sex show from the pandemic,
Wow,
is live.
that was quick.
This Saturday
Talk about
at 10
integrity,
o'clock.
Building it up.
Integrity make cheese, hai na? Wow,
I'm on the show,
that's
That's
fantastic.
He's on the
Oh,
show.
okay.
So Naveen and I are on the show, and Abbas and Aditi Mittal and a lot of
And
other
when you
people.
think sex, these are the names that come to mind.
Exactly. So
Out
10
the lag
o'clock,
there.
Low
Just
Parel.
Quickly, forget now. Places you're like silvery, let it go. But what is the premise or the main thing?
Sex show, sex
No,
comedy
so
show.
What happens?
Thirst Trap. Oh, okay. So we do sets and
It's
sets.
it's talking.
SETS,
Sets.
talking.
It's talking, but
This is
after.
like my sex. Just talking.
No,
but
no,
there have been in the
listen.
past where I've taken off my shirt with the harness
Oh my
on.
God, that harness.
I've worn
Oh,
handcuffs,
S&M
S&M stuff. I've worn a
How
handcuff.
come, I mean, you're part of the S&M stuff and the rest? Why the girls part of it? What happens to me as an audience member?
You participate, I'll teach you.
I want my thing. And
Just
no
close your eyes. See,
disrespect.
major part of S&M is closing your eyes and believing in it. Then who's touching
one
doesn't matter,
man's
Cyrus.
meat is another man's paisan. So I want to see the girls doing this kind of thing. Why do I have to see? I mean,
But where are you in the S&M
no,
ladder?
I'm an audience member, Baba. I'm
No,
watching.
you can't be an audience
You
member.
can't
You have
be
to either
audience member.
participate, be a
Audience
masochist or a sadist. Otherwise, you can't be a bitch
One
watching
second, I don't
it.
understand this whole show. So it's interactive.
It's an interactive show.
Okay.
So we're going to have a
I'm talking
panel.
about a sex show, a little sex show, but like we're talking
Yeah,
about
It's fine.
we're not. Please don't come to Thirst Trap with these expectations. And do not come in
Kajol,
harnesses.
this is beating up Abbas.
Yeah.
What the hell, yaar? They fuzzy they think he's the bouncer.
They'll get a whip. Yeah. More Muslim hate crime we need in this country for no reason.
But
The
after
Muslim guy didn't let us have sex on stage. What the hell?
okay, the unique part about Thirst Trap is that after the show we have a panel discussion where we're all the
Hey, that
comedians
sounds
on
fun.
stage and the public gets to ask us questions which we answer about sex.
So it's just a better version of our show.
Yes.
Great.
yeah, more controlled.
Yeah.
More
Without the sponsors, you don't have Volvo Car India or heads up for tails.
It's true.
Like the way I did that sponge. Why are you looking at him? He's 22.
He's the producer.
He knows where IITs
22 is
are.
the right age to look
That's
at,
your
yeah.
point. Yeah.
Anything you want to plug, Cyrus?
Your hair.
Yeah, there's a leakage in the fifth floor. I really would want that done. Because it's terrible when it's right above the pot, yaar.
Yeah.
How does that happen? Because the wet areas in everything are the same, right? In a building.
Of this building, you're saying.
This building for sure. Yeah.
Yesterday, there was drilling between our recording. Just
Wow.
like some, like the.
You horny bastard.
Yeah, we couldn't stop ourselves.
No, he doesn't. Mr. Pillow, start now.
Good thing about these cameras is they don't cover the basics.
But would the sound come into the show?
Yeah.
That bad? That means it's serious drilling. Huh? That's like war, bro.
That
That's
was
horrible.
good drilling, yeah.
Okay. Somebody got their money's worth.
Like the one they do in Dubai. Chalo, let's go.
Why?
Because oil.
Oh.
I'm covering all the
Yeah.
connections.
Intellectual comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that
Baba
lovely
Pegri.
note,
Chalo.
let's wind up the podcast for today.
We should
Goodbye,
do a
guys.
Queen's bye when we say bye nowadays. Until we remember her memory.
Until we remember her memory.
I don't know what to
Two positives don't make a negative. My hands are tired. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.